On behalf of David, Coronation Street P694/583, Part 1, edited copy.
Hey, how did you know it were your Hilda?
Take it from me. It's bound to be.
Oh, can't we have a light on?
When she's gone, Annie'll see the light. What's the matter? You afraid of the dark?
Me?
Yeah.
Look, I've been out in no man's land when it was that dark you couldn't see Fred Emney.
Look, Annie'll get rid of her, and then we can start supping.
For the last time, Mrs. Ogden, your husband is not on these premises.
He went on 'em an hour since.
Yes, and he left less than half an hour ago.
You sure you haven't got him in the back there? Him and that Len Fairclough, not to mention Bet Lynch.
Good night, Mrs. Ogden.
You haven't answered me.
And I don't intend to. I am not in the habit of holding private soirees, not even for favoured customers, and certainly not for your husband. Good night, Mrs. Ogden.
Well, where is he then?
Oh, really, that woman.
Hey, quite enough now.
Ah, that was a near thing.
Yeah, what if it were your Hilda?
That was our Hilda, all right. There's an atmosphere about when she's there. Now, what I've got to do now is to concentrate on a foaming free pint. Accent on the free.
Yeah, and just about time and all. We've been down here best part of half an hour.
Well, we let things settle down, you know, let Annie get her curls in, all like that. Now, how do you feel like a nice milk stout for starters?
What we would do with the empty bottles?
You got a point there, Albert? Yes. We'll have to stick to draft. How about that, then?
Well, that's mild.
How do you know?
Tell bit label. Blue for mild, red for bitter, and that is bitter.
Hey, you're right. It looks a good petal, too. Now, where's the glass?
There ain't one.
There must be.
No, there ain't one.
Don't be daft, Albert. We can't soap out that barrel. Ah, here we are.
Is that the only one?
Well, you take it in turns.
I'm not supping after you.
Well, he won't catch stones.
No, but I might get something taken beside worse.
Eh?
And besides, I drink mild. Oh, and there's another thing. I'm the oldest. I reckon I ought to go first.
Yeah. Carry on.
Thank you very much.
Oh, go on, get it soap.
No, I want to make sure it's not cloudy. I'm not sacrificing my standards, you know, just because it's on the house.
Can you drink faster than that?
I'm doing my best.
About time.
I thought you might have dropped off.
Only to be wakened the second you get back in. What's the point?
You never know it. Might have stopped doing it.
Why are you so stupidly optimistic sometimes, Ernest? Difficulties don't just disappear down some great universal plug hole, you know. They tend to remain leering and sniggering. Unless, that is, they're tackled with resolution and intelligence.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Emily, we're talking about a squeaky bed, not trouble in the Middle East.
At this time of night, a squeaky bed is 1,000 times more important than trouble in the Middle East.
Well, I still say it'll stop doing it. There you are, what I tell you. Night, love.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you what, There's a lot more to keeping beer in good nick than what you'd think.
Don't you want to wet, Albert? You're falling down on your shirt.
I know, well, I've told you why. Look, you got to keep everything clean, you know. Taps, funnels, pipes, bucket,
The
floor.
landlord of the Duke of York's my old local. I had my first pint there when I was 13. They used to call it the lads' pub. He did it for twice a day to keep it cool.
Well, it says on there that the temperature of the cellar should be kept between 54 and 58 degrees. Well, no wonder I felt a bit nippy.
That's 'cause you're not supping. Alcohol warms you up.
Ah, just for the time being, but you feel colder when it wears off.
Who's going to let it wear off? It gets better every minute.
Hey, how long are you reckoning on stopping down here?
Oh, to earn a few berries. Then we'll tell Annie we knocked on the door for years and she didn't hear us.
Do you think she will hear us?
Well, if she doesn't, doesn't matter. Nothing's spoiling up there, is it?
Yeah, I wish I'd been to Lou.
Thank you for your company this evening, and we look forward to being with you again tomorrow. A final look at the clock shows the time at almost 27 minutes past 12. Time for us to wend our ways homeward, and time to wish you, from everyone here at Granada, a very peaceful night, and from me, Charles Foster, to you, a special good night.
That bird, Wendy Nightingale. Been talking business, have you?
What else?
Very nice.
Very nice.
You're doing a bit of a line there when you're not talking business. What does she do over the road?
She runs a literary appreciation course.
Oh, yeah.
She's married.
So are you.
Yeah, but she's really married.
Hard luck.
Yeah.
Still, where there's a will.
Look, we're just good friends.
What else?
Who the heck can that be?
It'll be Wendy coming back. She can't live without you. Or else it's her husband.
He's away. See for yourself.
I'm sure I heard his voice.
What's up?
She's lost Stanley.
I thought you'd been doing that for years.
Well, not lose him, murder him. Wouldn't want him driving some other poor woman by me. I don't want that on my conscience.
Here
Was he still in the pub when you left?
Yeah, I'm sure he was, definitely. Yeah, he was talking to Betty Turpin.
Yeah, well, perhaps he's still talking to Betty Turpin.
No, he's not. I've been to the Rovers.
He'll be down at the Legion, then, won't he? They do bed and breakfast there.
But he said he'd be home in half an hour. I had his supper ready. Oh, aye. Oh, I hope nothing's happened to him.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. He's not all that strong, you know. All them tests he had were never properly concluded.
But why don't you ask Betty where he went to? She'll probably know.
How?
We'll give her a ring. She won't be in bed yet. It's 2277. Want me to get it for you?
Oh, if you would, Ken. Thank you very much. He's not got that much money on him, neither. A quid at the most.
You know, for somebody who wants to murder him, you're doing a lot of worrying about him.
Yeah, well, you never appreciate a gammy leg till you've lost it, do you?
Oh, hello, Betty. It's Ken here. Hang on a minute. I got Hilda for you.
Hilda Ogden, what does she want this time of night?
Hello, is that you, Betty?
Who do you think it is, the speaking flipping clock?
Look, you don't know where my stand is, do you?
Your stand? Why should I know where your stand is?
Well, apparently you were last seen talking to you in the Rovers.
Hey, what are you suggesting, Hilda Ogden?
Suggesting? Nothing at all.
Yes, you are. You're suggesting that your stand's here with me.
Oh, I'm doing no such thing.
Listen to me, Hilda Ogden. Your stand wouldn't get over my doorstep, not even for the kiss of flaming life. Why don't you try Inkerman Street? I mean, that's where he usually does his playing out these days.
Inkerman Street?
Hey?
She reckons it could be round at Inkerman Street.
Well, it could be.
Flaming rotten 19 Inkerman Street.
Go on, Albert. It'll warm you up. Hops, ripened by the hot Kent sun.
You know, I wish it were rum.
Ah, no difference, really. Hey, have you got a fag?
I don't smoke, do I?
I could murder a fag. Still, you can't have everything, can you? Almost everything.
Hey, Stan, I'm feeling a bit warmer.
Good night, sup it up, and I'll pull you another one on the house.
Hey, do you reckon she'll be able to check up on how much we've had?
She hasn't come down with a dipstick, has she? Go on, get it soaked. Enjoy it.
Stanley? I know you're in there.
What the bloody hell's going on? Have you got loony or something?
Is my husband in there?
I don't know. I don't know your bloody husband, do I?
Stanley Ogden.
Stanley who?
Ogden, Stanley Ogden.
She's going on about some geezer called Stanley Ogden.
Hey, who are you talking to in there?
Shut up, will you? Or I'll come down and put my foot in your gob. Hey, say that again. I've got a message for you, love, from the lady of the house.
To some lady.
She says she hasn't seen that big fat pig of a husband of yours for weeks. He hasn't even been round to clean her windows.
Does she expect me to believe that? Look, I know he's in there.
Well, see if you believe me then, love. If he were in here, he'd be groaning a lot and bleeding a lot, take my word. Because I'm living here now, and I don't go much for sharing with big fat pigs. So bug off before I do come down and clatter you.
Not a bad night, is it? The time of year.
Underneath the arches by the barricade.
It's a long, long way to Perry. My heart's right there. Oi, stand! Stand! Shut up, you're making too much row. Eh? You'll be waking Mrs. Annie Walker, Esquire. DDT. Ha ha! Hey, did you hear that? Mrs. Ann Walker, DDT.
Hey, you know your trouble, have it?
What?
I'll tell you, son.
Do that.
I'll tell you. You're jealous.
Jealous? And what have I got to be jealous of?
Our song is better than your song. In fact, our old mob was better than your lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you were a real cakewalk compared to us. A real cakewalk.
Oh, not without respect, Albert. Oh, no, not without respect.
Now then, how many of you lot actually saw any fighting? Eh? How many? There were millions of you out there, but only a few saw fighting. It were all technological. Now we, us lot, we never stopped. We were like boxers, you know, we were punch drunk. Do you know, I were 4 years and never had a gun out of me hand. 4 solid years.
And what did you do when they came home on leave?
What about it?
Did you get into bed with your missus, shouldering arms?
I weren't married.
Oh, no, I mean, them French prints, you know.
Oh, I knew one or two of them.
I saw that, but mine were eye ties.
But, you know, it's true what they said about them French women.
Yeah.
There's no over here to compare with them.
Oh, big, buxom, passionate.
How about your Hilda?
Who?
You never saw any fighting.
What about casino, then? That was different fighting. That was uphill fighting. Bleeding Great Mountain. You didn't have any mountain in Flanders, did you?
We had mountains of corpses.
Ah, you were cracked, you lot. Just walked straight into it. Over the top. We had a job to get out of the boozer.
Yeah, you were a different breed.
Ah, it must have been. Must have been. I tell you what.
What?
Let's have another song.
What?
Bless 'em all.
Oh, I don't know that. Hey, how about Keep the Old Fires Burning?
No, we'll have that second. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bless 'em all, bless 'em all, the long and the short and the tall. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer on me, lads, bless 'em all. Hey, has they kept the cold down, Talbot?
Yeah, yes, not much.
I told you them ops would, didn't I?
All the same, I wouldn't mind going to Cludge it.
Ah, give over, forget it. Forget it. Now, come on, you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Bless 'em all, bless 'em all,
burning,
the long and the short and the tall.
yearning.
Bless all the sun.
Coronation Street, P694/583, Part 2.
Ogden, a bad dream? Because you couldn't possibly be knocking on my front door. Oh, what's the matter?
It's my Stan, Mrs. Walker. He's never come home. I'm just nipping down to the police station to report him missing, so I'll be a bit late coming in.
Well, what could have happened to Mr. Ogden?
Well, I don't know. Anything and everything, I suppose.
Dear, has he ever been missing for a whole night before?
Oh, not all night, no. Well, once or twice, perhaps. Maybe half a dozen times, when he's been boiled and not known where he was, you know. But not for a long time, 6 months at least.
You don't think that could have happened last night?
Well, he said he was coming home for his supper. Standing there he was.
Stan! Stan!
Oh, shut up, Albert. Go away.
No, Stan, wait. I can hear voices. I reckon it must be morning.
Who cares?
Well, Mrs. Walker cares. We've been down here all flipping night.
Who cares?
Tell you what, dear. You come and have a cup of tea with me and give him a few more minutes.
Well, if you think I should.
I'm sure you should. Let's give him, say, half an hour to come back from wherever, as he most certainly will, really.
Well, when he does, I'm going to tie his flipping tonsils to his unbiblical cord.
I care. I'm cold and I'm hungry and I want to go to loo.
Well, I'm not stopping, am I?
Well, I was hoping that you might go out of here first.
Age before beauty, Albert. I want to revive her.
Oh, Egg, you're not serious.
I'm serious and never more serious in my life. I'm about to be hung as a sheep as a lamb.
Time to get up, Ernest. Ernest? Morning, love. Brought you a cup of tea.
What time is it?
8:30.
I feel as if I hadn't slept at all.
I'm quite chirpy, actually.
You weren't last night.
Yes, well, nothing looks quite so bad in daylight, does it, love?
Hey, what are you doing here so soon?
Well, what are you?
Hoping you'd be here soon. You couldn't lend us a couple of quid, could you? Just tell Friday, love.
Don't you ever make your wage last?
No.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What were it?
Well, I don't know. It's coming from the lavies. Hey. Letters again.
Hey, you don't think somebody's got in, do you, like last time?
No rubbish.
Well, go and see then.
You?
No, you.
No. Early birds, aren't you?
It's coming from the lavies.
You, you don't think as though, you know, like them two lads before, you know. If it is, we'll soon have them all.
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Walker, take something with you.
Come on. I don't know. Careful when.
I don't know which is worse, bursting to go to lava facing any Walker.
Ah, you feel better, Albert, with a pint inside you.
Look, I couldn't sup another drop to save my life. It's true what they say, you know. You can have too much of a good thing. Moderation in everything.
Moderation's another word for misery. I'm going to have another pint. I don't know about you.
Oh, well, I'd be sick as well as bust. And why the heck did I listen to you, Ogden?
Oh, shut up, Albert.
Mr. Tatlock.
Well, well. What have we got down here? A little devil?
What's going on here? What are you doing on here? And you'd better have a good explanation.
We got locked in last night.
We?
Morning, Mr. Walker.
Stanley Ogden!
Hello, Chuck. Missed me last night?
Miss you? Oh, you
Now, Elder, now, come on. I thought you were dead. Go on, get upstairs, the pair of you. Go on, go on.
Don't tell me you've been taking short.
You shut up.
And you can leave that here, Mr. Ogden.
Some folk will do out for a drink.
Hey, you are flogging.
Oh,
shut up.
Oh!
Me wouldn't sick all night, you down here sucking yourself daft. You're not fit to be on earth.
Poor Mr. Ogden.
You're not
I was just wondering, actually, if you were going to be around this way about dinner time, we might perhaps have a drink and a bite to eat together.
I'm not going to be round your way.
Oh, well, it was just a thought.
I'm not going to be round your way working, but I could be round your way for a bite to eat and a drink.
Now, why didn't I think of that?
I've no idea.
Okay, I'll see you around here about 12:30 then.
Right.
Good. Bye.
Bye.
Have you any idea what kind of a fool you made me look? Have you? I searched all over the place for you last night. Even went to... Well, never mind. And all the time you was down there, happy as Larry, you and that old Edge yobbo.
We got locked in.
Locked in? Aye, maybe you did, Stanley. But you could have got yourselves out in a jiffy if you'd had a mind to. But you didn't have a mind to, did you? It was like you'd landed in paradise, wasn't it, being locked in a pub cellar all night? Ooh, I can just see the smile on your face now, like flipping Coco the Clown. But did you never, not even for a minute, spare a thought for me, sat here waiting for you to come home?
It got out of hand, didn't it? We didn't know we were going to be there all night. It wasn't very comfortable.
Oh, once down there, you was down there for the night, no danger.
Look, it's over now, and nobody's got hurt.
I got hurt, Stanley. I got shown up. Again. You know what they're all saying out there, do you? Everybody for miles. Heard about the Ogden's latest escapade, they're saying, and then they have a good laugh at you. And when they're laughing at you, they're laughing at me.
Look.
'Cause we're husband and wife, Stan, and what you do rubs off on me. Don't you understand that?
I've said I'm sorry. What more can I say?
Nothing.
I better get some work done, eh? I haven't got a hangover, so I can't slip so much, or else I'm losing my touch. Ta-da!
Ta-ra, Stan.
Are you sure Albert's all right here? I mean, down there all night at his age. She's only bound to
Serve him right if he's not. Ought to have more sense at his age.
Hey, they weren't Albert,
had other things on his mind. Yes, sir.
It wasn't a bad idea, though, when you come to think of it, was it?
Half a bit equal.
Yeah, but it was all his idea.
Hey, and don't you start getting ideas, Langton. I mean, you're supping up here without getting yourself landed down there.
I do wish that we could forget what happened last night. I mean, it hardly adds to the reputation of the house, does it? And I'd hated to get back to the brewery.
Well, what can you expect?
Pardon?
When you make your living selling beer.
It is hardly my fault, Mrs. Sharples, that the staple drink of this country is beer. If I could, I would go round exchanging every hop plant for a vine.
She's a bit upset, isn't she?
Well, she laughed about it at first, not for long, though.
I once had a squeaking bed.
How did you cure it, Mrs.
Got rid of it.
Well, that's it. It'll just have to go back.
Shouldn't be any problem if you only got it yesterday.
I'd like to make a bet, though. If we do get it back to the shop, it won't squeak, like a car never does when you take it to a garage.
You mean we might be stuck with it forever?
You might be, love. I'm going to sleep in the spare room.
The squeaky bed that caused the divorce.
There have been slighter reasons.
That's true.
We're not.
Yes, indeed. Excuse me. Yes, dear.
I'm not bad, am I?
No, of course not. Just Mr. Ogden.
Thought I might as well get it over then.
What?
Showing me face in here after what's happened. I'll have a light ale, please.
Yes, of course. On the house.
Parky out, isn't it, Mrs. Ogden?
Oh, yeah, very, Mrs. Sharples.
Is Stan all right, Hilda?
Will he ever be, Len?
Hey, come over here, darling. We'll all buy you one. Let's get a drunk. Oh, no, that's a bad word at this moment, isn't it?
That was lovely, thanks, Ken, but I really must be going. I've got a lot of calls to make.
And I've got nothing on at all.
So you keep saying?
Well, I haven't.
Well, I have. And anyway, supposing I hadn't.
Well, you'd be free, like me.
To do what?
To go out somewhere. Or stay here.
I've got a lot of calls to make. I'm going.
You scared?
No.
Of yourself?
Well, that's a different matter. I've got a lot of calls to make.
Come here. Still scared?
More so.
Stay.
No, Ken.
Let the world wait for the riveting statistics you're going to make on Weatherfield's reading habits. Make your calls tomorrow.
No, Ken.
Why not?
Not yet.
Bye.